Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The topic of today's speech debate is building bridges in interfaith communities. My personal topic was of personal responsibility and the character traits we need to have to represent Islam properly across different communities. First and foremost, I want to say that maintaining your Islam should be your main focus when discussing with another group of people. We never want to compromise our Islam, as this sets us up for problems later on when people learn more and more about their religion. It'll cause later problems. So you want to give people Islam in its entirety. You want to explain it fully and let them take it if they like it, and if they don't like it, then that's on them. Lakum dinukum waliya din. To you is your religion, and to me is my religion. To you is your way, and to me is my way. And what is our way? Imam Ghazali gave us 4 traits of a Muslim that elevate him in his status. These traits should be building blocks for the way that we follow. These traits are forbearance, generosity, humility, and good character. To begin, I'll start with forbearance. Forbearance means to be patient and to be in control of one's emotions or their temperament. A great example of this is the Prophet ﷺ, who, when there was a man named Zayd ibn Sunnah, who was a Jewish man in Medina at the time, who came to him asking for a payment of a loan that he gave the Rasulullah ﷺ a few days before the payment was actually due. And when he came to him, he didn't just ask for the money, but he also insulted him, insulted his family and the children of Abdul Muttalib, who is the Prophet's grandfather. And before he could continue on his tirade, Umar ibn Khattab interrupted him, and naturally becoming very angry that the Prophet was insulted in front of him, he threatened Zayd with cutting his head off. And subhanAllah, before the situation could escalate further, Muhammad ﷺ calms things down, and he tells Umar ibn Khattab to pay the man his money, and to in fact give him extra because of the threat that Umar made to his life. This just shows that we don't have to react aggressively when dealing with others, and in fact, it's better to remain calm, as this shows more about your character than it does about theirs. When they come to you acting angrily and acting viciously, and you reply in a calm manner, this says a lot more about our deen and the quality of a person that you are over there. To continue, the second trait Imam Ghazali gives us is generosity. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu had a wife that was not a Muslim. And after the hijrah, when Abu Bakr and his daughter, who was the daughter of this wife who was not a Muslim, I think her name was Isma, Abu Bakr and his daughter Isma go to Medina for the hijrah, and his wife remains in Mecca. Later on, his wife visits Medina to see her daughter, and before her daughter can actually go to visit her, she asks permission from Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah grants her permission, and he tells her, in fact, that she should do it because it's important to be generous to your mother. And this just shows us that we're able to share kindness among different faiths. People that are not Muslim are still deserving of our kindness. Whether or not they're Muslim, that we have a different type of connection, whether it be your mother or your school friend or your teacher, they're still deserving of a level of kindness. The next trait that Imam Ghazali gives us is humility, which basically just means humbleness. There's a great ayah in the Quran of Surah Al-Furqan, ayah 63, which translates to, the best of the believers, or the truest servants of Allah, are those who, when met with ignorance, reply with salam, or they reply with peace. This ayah shows that when we're met aggressively, or we're met with ignorance, or we're in a conversation where it's not going anywhere, this conversation is unconstructive, this person doesn't actually want to learn about Islam, they don't want to learn from me, they just want to argue for the sake of it, it's best for us to fall back and simply understand that this isn't going to lead anywhere for me. And I would actually be in a better position if I simply took the lower hand, and I would be elevated in my status if I just gave up this arrogant desire of wanting to be right and wanting to prove that I'm right to everyone else. So we can apply this to our own lives when we're faced with difficult arguments or conversations, or people that are simply ignorant, that don't want to learn. The fourth quality that's given to us is good character. The Prophet ﷺ was known for his character, his honesty, his integrity, pre-Islam, before he even received revelation. Among the Quraysh, he was chosen for many righteous tasks, such as putting the stone of the Kaaba into its correct spot. And they did this because no one would be angry to the fact, or no one would be jealous of the fact that someone such as Muhammad ﷺ did that, because they all knew he was a righteous man that deserved it. So even in his business ordeals, or when he was married to Khadija radiallahu anha, this honesty and good character only benefited him across all these endeavors. And so we can take that as examples for ourselves when we realize that we also have the ability to have good khalaq and character, that when maybe our friends or non-Muslims come to us or they see something about Islam that's untrue and perhaps causes doubt in their mind, before they conclude that, okay, Islam is an evil religion, maybe they'll think back on you as an example of the good character of Muslims, and perhaps they'll come to you before coming to that conclusion that Islam is an evil religion. All in all, I just want to leave you with these 4 things. You should keep them in mind across your life, across school, and inshallah, Allah grants us the highest level of Jannah. Thank you very much for attending this speech, and that's it. Thank you very much.